Well, friends, summer finally found us today. It's hot outside, it's sunny. I think it's time to do some gardening, but first I've got something going into the freeze dryer. We've got a birthday to go to tomorrow, and we asked the birthday boy what candy he would like freeze dried, so we are trying Jolly Ranchers, but they only had these like fruity bash and tropical, and the flavors are really good, like pineapple, peach, lemon. He also asked for some Starburst. I got the unwrapped mini ones, so we're gonna see how they turn out. I cut the Jolly Ranchers in half. We're gonna get those going in the freeze dryer. We got a moose roast going in here with some pepperoncinis for dinner. We're also doing corn and watermelon berry shoots. These come out in the spring. Mark's dad harvested these so that we could eat them. They're really yummy, kind of like an asparagus, but they're only good for a couple weeks in the spring when they're really small and tender.
Yeah, it's actually very tender here. Just like we have salt and.
Where's the pepper?
Oh, it's over by the stove.
Look at our hand. Look at our finger things.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Corn.
Oh, they got out the little
Corn fingers.
corn holders.
Yeah. Fingers.
All right, let's have a blessing, boys.
Fun. Yep.
Mom. Rotisserie, rotisserie.
Eating some one of the best foods around. My Alaskan boys have a very hard time when it gets warm. They can't handle the heat. It's 63 degrees out. They were just like, we're dying. They're taking care of it though. They set up a little swimming pool. They're in their swimming suits. That water's so cold from the hose.
No more going in the pool until it's to the second mark.
The time has come to start tackling the garden. Let me show you what we have. This is flowers, and then we'll work towards doing the actual vegetable garden. I've got this. Got all these bins and this. So there's the before. Rather not, they're kind of pokey.
Come on.
You gotta get the roots out too.
Is there anything under? I'm gonna get everything out. There's some right here.
There is something just so relaxing about planting flowers. We spend a lot of time on the deck during the summer, eating dinner, having conversations, sitting and enjoying a cold drink in the evening or a dessert. So I really love to make this place just seem cozy and nice and bright with all these flowers. So I'm glad to finally be getting the flowers all situated on the deck. I got a few special plants to plant here right by the kitchen. Just some things that we can come out and cut and add to our food. This time I got some Italian parsley. That's what's going into this bowl. And then I also got 2 mint plants. We like to add mint to some drinks over the summer. So I'm getting those planted as well as the flowers up here. Today's goal is to get all of the flowers planted so that I can then focus on planting our garden, but both of them are not going to happen today. Right now we're just going to give the flowers some TLC, make sure they're all nice and watered now that they're planted. I think they're beautiful. They make me happy. Yeah, put them out on the front porch, please. And then come back up and grab some more. Now that we're done on the upstairs deck, it's time to go downstairs. And of course, Miss Luna is supervising all of this from her perch. Okay, we just got to show you a quick little update on our bird's nest. Try not to disturb them. Now, four little sleeping birds up there. About 10 years ago, I found these antique wash basins at a place called Alaska Pickers. They're not around anymore, but I love them and use them to plant flowers every year in the front. I usually like to have a good variety of flowers in here, but I realized I bought way too many petunias, and so we're just going with the petunias and a few other plants like some lobelia and a creeping vine. But I think it turned out beautiful and it makes me happy every time I drive up to the house. And I still have a ton of petunias, so we are going to go around and put them anywhere that I can find a pot or something, because we just got to use these petunias up.
Work our way over.
We were starting over here, John.
That's fine. We're trying to spread it out.
Oh, Bennett, you shouldn't be wearing your new shoes. I bought these seed potatoes at a local store, Alaska Mill and Feed. They are Alaska potatoes and should grow really well here. I cut them up so that each piece had an eye on them so they would go further, and the boys tilled up the soil to get ready for the potatoes. This is 6 different colors, so you can put some of each of them. So you pull it out like this, you squeeze the bottom, pull this out,
I want to put this
break this up a little bit, then you make a hole where you want it. Let me just show you with this one. Where do you want this one? You go a little closer to the edge because you're going to put a bunch in here. And you
right
like that, and then you cover it back up and you pat it. And then you put another hole.
now. I want one of these.
Okay, so squeeze the bottom, and then you can very carefully grab it by the flower. But very carefully, like near the bottom of the flower. Yep. Yep. Then break up the bottom of the roots a little bit. Don't pull on them, just kind of break them up and then make another hole.
I don't want it right there. Right here. Is that good?
Sure.
This is my first time doing it.
Yeah, I think you could fit one more in there. So you have...
That's all. That's what I wanted.
Yep, one of each color.
1, 2, 3.
Want me to help you make a hole?
So I want to make my own hole.
Okay.
Ooh, what you
Make sure it's deep.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
I'm scared. This is so tiny, Mom. There'll be so many leaves.
I bought this little cedar planter a few months ago from some young men at church. They built them so that they could earn money for summer camp, and it was beautiful, but I wasn't sure what I was going to plant in it. But we had so many petunias, I decided to let Everett plant the petunias for Grandma and Grandpa. This is over by their house, and he took his job really seriously. He was very careful. He filled it with all the dirt, and then, as you saw, I showed him how to plant the flowers. And then he did a beautiful job getting all these flowers planted for Grandma and Grandpa to enjoy. And I think it turned out really, really beautiful. And he just had so much pride in his work. So, good little project for Everett.
I'm done. This is a lot of fun. Does that look good? I label it.
Grandma came out and admired his work and helped him get all of the petunias watered so that they will be nice and beautiful throughout the season.
Where's the nail that's sticking out?
Is that too close, maybe right there?
I actually had enough petunias to fill 3 more hanging baskets, so we're just putting them everywhere this year. These ones are going to go around the garden, and then we'll hang one by Grandma and Grandpa's house. We just got petunias everywhere. These are some of my favorite days of summer, in between all our camping trips and running around, when we all get outside and work around in the yard, you know, doing different projects, but all out there together. It just makes me happy to see these boys working. They're not always happy about the jobs, but you know, for the most part, once we all get out there, everybody pitches in, and it's just a good time working together as a family.
Potato was nice. But
I
then
think you're gonna have enough to fill up the whole thing then.
We'll see.
I'm using these potatoes. Mom, it's okay if I use these potatoes.
Are the other ones all gone? Yeah, that's fine.
Oh no, there's one more.
You were using it in appropriate ways, right?
I made it back inside just as this is finishing. It has 27 seconds left. You're never gonna believe what the Jolly Ranchers look like. They're so puffy. You see them in there? They got huge. I think this is the biggest transformation yet. Oh my goodness. Jolly Ranchers. The Starbursts, which are soft, didn't change much. I didn't check to see if Starburst, let's see. Oh, they're crunchy now. They just didn't get very big. This just amazes me. That is wild. It still tastes like a Jolly Rancher, but that texture is so different. crazy. Well, for anyone who doubted if the Jolly Ranchers would change, those are half a Jolly Rancher.
Just half.
Because the full are too big. You thought they might not work.
Look at that one.
They're still a little chewy in the middle.
Yeah. Well, that's like kind of reconstitute, and then you chew on it.
What?
Hunter says, best one yet. I'll shut the door.
I feel like they lost their taste. But these are really sweet.
I think they still taste like Starburst. I don't know. I don't think these were that great to start out with, the mini Starburst.
Yeah. See, is this mango?
Are they done? Are these Jolly Ranchers?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Try the mango.
I think you could almost cut them into thirds, and then they're like almost the perfect size. This was a little bit smaller. What do you think?
Fun. So good.
I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Some of them are done perfectly. Others kind of turn back into a hard piece in your mouth. But this one, this lime one,
It's too
just turned into
good.
powder.
It's too good.
I think Weston's addicted.
So good.
Okay, no more, no more, no more. No more. These are for Shano.
So good. Too good.
I know that some of our viewers are confused by the freeze drying the candy, but it is just a fun novelty. The texture changes and the flavor changes a bit too. We have been giving them as gifts and people seem to just love them, especially kids that have seen freeze drying candy maybe on YouTube or other social media. Freeze drying candy is much shorter than freeze drying food. It only takes 3 to 5 hours instead of the 20 to 30 hours that like a food takes. It actually skips the freezing mode and just uses the heat and the vacuum to change the texture of the candy. It doesn't work for all candies, but we are sure having a good time experimenting with it and having a ton of fun. You guys aren't gonna believe these.
Oh my goodness.
Those are the Jolly Ranchers.
Wow.
It's better to bite them outside your mouth or they kind of turn back into Jolly Rancher.
I'd like to try one. I just
Yeah.
can't right now.
Isn't that crazy, Bennett?
Weird. They look so different. I wouldn't have thought they would have grown like that.
After I put them in the bag, I use this heat sealer. It is not vacuum sealing, it is just sealing up the Mylar bag. If you wanted things to last longer, you would want to vacuum seal them. We actually don't have a vacuum sealer right now, so I'm just closing these up and then we can give them as gifts and they will stay for quite a long time. And then it is time to do haircuts. About every 6 weeks, the boys all line up and get haircuts. I did start with Bennett. He just needed a little trim. My mom gave him a haircut while we were on the cruise. He just wanted a little bit cut off the front. But then everybody else lined up and got a hair trim. Mark asked me to cut his hair when we were dating, and I just was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So my mom helped me learn how to cut his hair. I still get a little bit nervous every time I do haircuts because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but their hair grows so fast. I've never messed it up that much. Hunter is sporting this new hairstyle that I've had to learn how to keep maintained, but he's pretty patient with me and we figure out how to make it look good, and I think it looks really good on him to have the longer front. We're just trimming up the back today. My mom had already cut the sides for him. And then last but not least, before I get too exhausted, Mark needs a haircut so that everybody can be freshly cut for another 6 weeks. And yes, he is practicing holding his breath here. He always is practicing holding his breath for his free diving. Oh, it's funny, but that's how he gets really good at holding his breath to be able to dive. So, haircut's done for another 6 weeks. Check. It is 10:15 at night. Midnight sun has hit. We are going to bed at midnight almost every night lately just because we'll be like, I didn't realize it was night. The light really starts to just make you want to go, 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 go. And yes, it's exhausting. We did so much these last few days. I'm ready for bed. Everybody's getting showered after getting their haircuts. Mama's tired. Thank you so much for spending some time with us these last few days. We still need to get the garden in, the actual garden. All the flowers are done. I bought way too many petunias at Costco. I just had to put petunias everywhere. I usually like to have a much better array of flowers, but this year we're just gonna enjoy the color that the petunias added and a few other things that I got. We're not buying any more flowers. It's time to move on to the garden. Thank you so much for watching. We are so grateful for each and every one of you, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life. Oh, it's dirty, sorry. 10:30 at night. Still have to get the kids to bed. Miss Luna, what do you think of all this sunshine? Huh? What do you think?